Welcome to another exciting sewing adventure here on our YouTube channel. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you, a sew-along tutorial for the fabulous Ranya skirt sewing pattern. Imagine a skirt enhancing your curves and making you feel like a total fashionista. Well, that's exactly what the Ranya skirt is all about. Made for elastic fabrics, this Midi bodycon skirt is designed to give you that effortlessly chic look you've always dreamed of. Let's get started on our fun little project. First, grab your patterns and let's use it as our trusty guide to mark the darts. We'll do this on the wrong side of the fabric for both the front and back pieces of your skirt. Fold the fabric along the dart lines, aligning the dart legs. Make sure to align the dart legs precisely, as this will ensure that your dart ends up in the right spot. You can use pins to hold the fabric in place if you're worried about it slipping. Now it's time to sew. Start at the wide end of the dart and stitch along the marked line until you reach the point. Remember to backstitch at the beginning and end of the dart to secure your stitching. Once you've finished sewing, make sure to give those darts a good press. Use an iron set to the appropriate heat setting for your fabric and press the dart towards the sides. Let's place our two back pieces over the front piece together. They should be pinned together right side to right side, and be sure to match up those notches. Sew them in place on the sides using a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Next, we're going to press open that seam. Line the back pieces right side to right side, just like they're mirror images of each other. Then, let's pin them together from the zipper notch down. And now let's start sewing that center back seam. Begin from the zipper notch and work your way down. Give the seam a good press. This will open it up and make it look neat and tidy. It's time to cut your elastic interfacing to the same size as your waistband piece. Fuse it with an iron on the wrong side of the waistband. Gently fold it in half lengthwise, wrong sides together. Once you've got that neat fold, give it a good press. We want that crease to be crisp and clean. It's time for its big moment. We're going to attach it to our skirt. To do this, let's pair up the outer waistband edge and the skirt's waist, right sides together. When you sew them together, keep a 1 centimeter seam allowance. After you've sewn them together, let's press the seams up. It's time to pin the zipper in place on the center back. Start with the left side of your garment, making sure the right sides are together, and align the top of the zipper with the waistband fold line. Pin in place, taking care to match the waist seam lines to be parallel, and that the seam allowance is facing the waistband. Undo the zipper and sew it in place using your zipper foot, sewing as close to the zipper as you can. Fold the inner waistband and the outer waistband together. With the seam allowance on the insides, make sure to catch the zipper in the middle, hamburger style, and pin. Now let's add a charming detail. From the right side of the skirt, we're going to top stitch around the zipper. Keep your stitch at about 0.5 centimeter. It's the perfect distance to show off your sewing skills without overpowering the zipper. Start at the waist and stitch your way down one side of the zipper and then back up the other side. To finish off, press the zipper seam gently with an iron. Press up the waistband seam allowance with an iron so that it is facing upwards. Pin the inner waistband on top of the seam allowance, making sure that it is aligned with the top edge of the waistband. Using a sewing machine, apply a top stitch along the outer waistband, making sure to include the seam allowance and the inner waistband in the seam. Use a seam allowance of 0.5 centimeter. Now for some added fun, ruffles. Who doesn't love a bit of flounce? Let's bring together the small ruffles right side to right side and pin the sides together. Sew them together along the sides using a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Once they're joined, give the seam a good press. This will help the ruffles lay just right and make your skirt look absolutely fantastic. Repeat with the big ruffle pieces. Now let's put our little ruffle over the big ruffle. We'll put them wrong side to right side, taking care to match the notches and side seams. Pin in place on the inner edges. Next, let's sew them together on the inner side at a cozy distance of 0.5 centimeter. Okay, are you ready for the grand finale? Let's bring our ruffles and skirt together for the perfect finish. Lay the top edge of the ruffles over the bottom edge of the skirt, making sure to match the notches. Once they're perfectly paired, sew them together at 1 centimeter. Finally, give the seam a good press. And voila, your skirt is ready. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon.